So, Call for an Uprising has a video up on his channel now called "Look What Was on TV This Week! From Satanism to Black Magic for all the world to see." Because apparently the idea that fiction exists is just a scary concept. I don't think this guy understands, like, what a fictional story is. Then again, he thinks the Bible's true, so, I mean, hey, whatever. Okay, so we're gonna skip his opening because we know what it is. It's the same thing every time, just like mine.
An uprising.
Okay.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show.
You're just as echoey as always. And I mean, I've been echoey in the past too with my new setup, so I can't really complain anymore. But anyways.
I wanted to cover this because a lot of the times with all of the nonsense going on, with the outbreak, with the dramatics, the created chaos from the media.
Do you need... Okay, you know what? We're going to turn on closed captioning for you. Your playback speed's going up.
Media from within here in America. It's a huge distraction from some of the things that I want to talk about, which is showing you just the absolute rise of Satanism, witchcraft, occultism in our world through television shows that are marketed towards kids, through children's shows. Well, we have a few of them this week, fresh out of the sewer. We started with the World Wrestling Entertainment, the WWE, WWF, in the days of the Macho Man and the Hulkster and Mr. Perfect, and those types of cartoon characters are long gone because now the organization known as Sports Entertainment, or to be, so known as being entertainment, right, is doing nothing but promoting the occult. From wrestlers I've covered before, we've had Aleister Black, a character based on Aleister Crowley, doing the magic and all that crap, to Bray Wyatt the Fiend.
Wait, so you mean, did this dude not know what wrestling was during the time of The Undertaker? During the frickin' Kane? Dude, the, like, either tribalistic or cultishist or what have you, there's always been that kind of character in World Wrestling Entertainment. There always has been. This is not new.
Remember I showed you this guy? You know, they're showing, this guy knows exactly what's going on, by the way. He shows all the signs and the symbols. Obviously, The Undertaker, you have Kane, the character's going on, but...
Oh my god! I haven't seen this video, and he noted the two examples I brought up. Okay, well, at least he got that. Cool.
Here's a little image from Monday Night Raw, which is somehow still on the air despite ratings being in the toilet. And you can see, well, look what she's doing.
Dude, The Simpsons has been on the air despite ratings being in the toilet for years as well. Family Guy as well. Dude, there's this thing called comfortable media. There's media that we have on air despite how well it does because it's a comforting thing that you can always return to. You can always come back to. It's reliable. Even with bad ratings, there will still be enough people tuning in to make it profitable. That's fairly normal.
What is... Oh, she's inside the pentagram. But again, witchcraft's not real. The occult's not real. They just... Every time they want to create a character that's into, like, darkness and being creepy, they just always use this giant circle with a pentagram. That's why witches use it. That's why the Satanic Temple uses the upside-down inverted version with the bath, the goat.
You know that the Satanic Temple does that because it pokes fun at people like you, right? Like, you do know that the entire idea of the Satanic Temple's religion was that they were going to be essentially the anti-religion to what Christianity was doing. That was it. They took a lot of that imagery because they knew specifically that people like you would freak out about it. You played into them, you absolute fool.
You know, that everybody in the occult loves. But it's no big deal. It's just it's original writing, right? Nobody was like, hey, isn't that a little corny? Because, you know, we've...
Of course it's corny. When you write your heel characters, they're gonna sometimes be corny. Do you... Okay, you know what? Hold on. Look. Let's talk about corny writing in wrestling, okay? Let's talk about some corny writing in wrestling. I'm gonna play you a clip from back when I was a kid. And maybe this will show you what's been going on for ages. Okay? You want to talk about corny writing, Call?
It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a...
Stuff like that has been going on in wrestling for a very long time. Dude, I guarantee you, if the thought was, isn't this a little bit corny? If it crossed a producer's mind, that was only in the sense that it was going to be a good thing.
We've seen it in the craft. We've seen it in these movies before. Maybe they could like do a circle and put, I don't know, or just put a picture of the wrestler that she's managing on the floor. No, she's inside the pentagram. She's performing a magic spell on this other wrestler.
Because, okay, look, while you could put any symbol in there, there's only a handful of symbols that people are going to associate, like a layman is going to associate with occult magic. And one of the biggest go-tos is going to be the pentagram. When you are writing fiction and you are trying to write it in a way that standard layman audiences are going to be able to get, you're going to go for what's familiar. That's normal.
She's supposed to be demon-possessed. You can see her eyes change color, even though it's contact lenses. And this is how they glorify this stuff, because they make it look cool. Keep in mind, the scary part about it is that these are the good guys, right? The characters who are the protagonists that the kids are supposed to cheer for. Is the guy who is the demon, Bray Wyatt, or the Fiend, I guess he's called. He's supposed to be this type of demon. And this girl that is, he's possessed, that does, works with him, or manager, whatever you want to call it in wrestling.
I can at least say that, like, that contact work is beautiful. Like, that looks good. I'm not sure how much of this was done in post-production, but it still looks good.
Who even knows anymore? Right? These are the good guys. These are the ones they market towards the kids, buy their shirts, buy their clothes, and they're the ones doing a ritual inside of the circle, and the other guy is the villain, the bad guy. The guy who's getting the spell cast on him. And this is the world we live in now, where everything's inverted, right?
Because inversion of narrative. Okay, so this is again another very common thing, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's inversion of narrative. Think about how many times you've seen a story where the demonic character or the evil character, the character who should be evil, turns out to actually be pretty good, and it turns out that the character that should be righteous and holy turns out to actually be an authoritarian nightmare monger. That's a pretty standard narrative device, and I understand that your issue might be that that happens a lot, and it makes you really uncomfortable, but the fact of the matter is, if you're grown up, and all of the stuff that you're taught us from the Bible were like the authoritarian God command is always the greatest thing in the world, and then you get these narratives, like, I mean, hell, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has done this for years, where like the protagonist always has a dark monster, and the antagonist, or at least the rival, always has a light monster as what they do. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just an inversion of narrative. That's literally as far as it goes. I understand that that might make you uncomfortable because people like Call for an Uprising are literally scared of fiction, like hell. They are actually terrified of a place that has never been demonstrated to exist, that will burn your carcass alive when you're in it. And there are Call for an Uprising fans who hop into my comment section every day to tell me the exact and glorious ways in which the flesh will be seared off my bone and how much they're going to laugh at it. And they think this makes them the good guys. And oh, Call, can you not see how inversions like this happen so naturally now? How the righteous people deem themselves to be so morally good, and yet they turn out to be the ones who are literally enthralled by torture porn.
What's good is evil. What's evil is good. So the kids cheer this on. This gets marketed towards the kids. And the fact that she's putting on this spell, everyone's cheering. Oh, yeah, that's great. And then everyone just goes, oh, it's not really real. It's not. I mean, you only see it in every movie and every TV show. And here,
and none of those are real. And you don't see it in every TV show unless you want to say that every TV show has occult summoning in it. Oh, you literally are afraid of fiction. It's hilarious.
Let me give you another one. Take a look at
a fucking beta male
show, this cartoon promoted on HBO Max called, make sure I get the name right, it's so ridiculously lame, Earwig the Witch. And look for yourself for the symbols. Do the floors look familiar as you see this show?
Oh no, he's gonna get upset at Studio Ghibli. He's gonna get upset. Studio Ghibli's lame. Look at me. Oh my god, Call. What a fucking pathetic piece of garbage you are.
How about the all-seeing eye symbols? Take a look about, a kid who gets adopted by a witch.
Show it.
And what she wants to do is she wants to learn magic and spells.
Show it.
This is great for kids.
She was witches dancing. Shameful fairy lies and gossips.
Yep, Studio Ghibli.
Erica, you haven't ever wished a family would adopt you, have you?
Nope. Anybody who'd choose me would be pretty unusual.
We'll take this one.
For the first time in my life, I'm being made to do something I don't want to do.
I mean, it's a good thing that I'm running this at 1.5 speed, because maybe the copyright claim isn't going to smack me in the face. Maybe.
Now then, let's you and I get a few things straight. My name is Bella Yaga. I'm a witch.
Great! You agree that you'll teach me magic, and I agree to help you out.
If you work really hard, I shan't do anything to hurt you.
A love potion for the boy next door? All of these are pretty useless to me.
The spell I believe you're looking for is somewhere towards the back.
Hang on, you actually talk?
Of course I do, just not very often.
In his
Okay, so, like, if you've ever watched Studio Ghibli before, this is all par for the course for Studio Ghibli. Like, if you've seen Spirited Away, this kind of, like, this kind of imagery is all throughout that movie. If you've seen my favorite Miyazaki movie, actually, Kiki's Delivery Service, this is very close to the story of Kiki's Delivery Service, except instead of a girl wanting to become a witch, we have a witch who comes of age and then goes and tries to help people in Kiki's. This is taking all those same pieces and retooling them, and I'm not entirely sold on the 3D imagery. I actually really like Miyazaki's 2D work. I think that it translates okay into 3D, but yeah, like, that's my big complaint. I don't like it in 3D.
household, there's one rule that's crucial. You must on no account for any reason ever dare disturb the mandrake.
Don't be rude.
What, earwig?
A hole left by a witch can only be filled by a witch.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna get hit because of the music. We'll see.
Can't wait to start.
And this is just normal, right?
Yeah, it's fiction, dude. It's literally fiction. Like, it's all fiction, my guy. It's fictional story. You're scared of fiction. I don't know how many times I have to say, you are terrified of a story. You want to talk about the real inversion? You think everything in the Bible is true. You think we live on a fucking young earth, and you think we're all gonna burn in hell because you have an all-good God who's going to send us there.
Because we see it with Harry Potter, we see it with all of these TV shows and movies.
Harry Potter was written by a Christian, but, you know, go on.
These targeted towards kids, right? Most of them are targeted towards kids. These Disney movies, like we've seen the videos I've recently uploaded about magic, they're all targeted towards kids. Snow White, right? It's about magic.
And there's magic stories that are targeted towards adults, too. But, you know, go ahead and count your hits and ignore your misses. Sure thing.
Beauty and the Beast, about magic, the magic rose, the magic kingdom, the magic of Disney. Oh, magic. Magic's everywhere, right? Not to mention all the songs about magic. And then they incorporate magic with, like, you know, your dreams coming true. You can see the all-seeing eye symbolism in the trailer, right?
Where?
This is all deliberate stuff. This is all occult.
Where? You didn't point out anywhere where it was, even if it's there. Where the fuck?
Deliberate stuff, her hair, the way her pigtails are. And there's other things I had written down. I don't have my notes in front of me because I was going to do this video a couple days ago. I just figured I'd merge it with this other one with, you know, WWE doing the pentagram ritual, right? And that's, look, the audience there is young teens and young kids. That's the WWE market stores now. It's not, you know, when it was like Steve Austin and The Rock marketing towards like 20-year-olds.
The Undertaker and Kane existed during that time, too. What?
They're marketing towards kids. You know, all you gotta do is put the product on, it's lame. And, you know, wrestling in general, I mean, that's what it is now. Well, I know, I mean, but you know what I mean, the nostalgia
It's
of the old
always been that, you twerp.
stuff, which is somewhat entertaining, and you can laugh at it, you can look back at it. This stuff is just filled with occult stuff. And this cartoon is just one of this, you know, it's more of the same crap, right?
You know what's more of the same crap, Call? The fact that when I see this, you know what I see? I see every single piss-paranoid adult in my life who told me that Pokemon was of the devil, was occultish, and was going to get me sent straight to hell. And you know what it all was? At the end of the day, Call, you know what it was then, and you know what it is now? You either fall into one of two camps. You are either the person who is legitimately scared about these things and are trying to warn the masses of the evils of the magic and the Pokemon and the bad and the ooh. Or you're a grifter who's preying on the latter audience. Now, Call, I am fairly certain that you are a combination of the two. I have no reason to believe that you don't believe the things that you do. And I have no reason to believe that you do not also enjoy the money that you get from doing this. I mean, hell, if we were to actually take a look at the size of your channels, if we look at Call for an Uprising, this paints a very obvious story. You have 3 channels, all with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. and thousands of video uploads, except for this one. You know, the one that was called Call for a Rainbow, up until you decided that you wanted to stop doing that joke, stop being funny for you, and it started being better as a marketing ploy. Channels of that size make a lot of money. I know because I know how much money I make on my channel with my size. All I have to do is take that number and juxtapose it to the size of your channel and the size of the audience that you get, and I can get a pretty fair picture of it. I can sit down and do the math one day if you'd really like me to. I have no reason to believe that you do not believe that these fictional stories are corrupting our youth or some dumb shit like that. But I also have no reason to believe that this is not equally being done for the monetary value that comes in. And I can't blame you for doing things for their monetary value. The whole reason I changed up my channel format was because it was easier for me to support my family based on that alone. So I can't really be upset at you for that one, but I can be upset that the way in which you're choosing to make your profit is preying on people who are equally scared of fiction, who are absolutely terrified of somebody sitting down with a piece of paper and writing a story that came from their mind and heart that was make-believe. You, as an individual here who freaks the fuck out and argues against thought control, get equally terrified when somebody's original idea gets put to a movie. Literally arguing for a form of thought control. Imagine being the type of person that thinks that thought control and the government and all this authoritarianism is so bad, and then being perfectly okay when whatever your conceptualization of a god does it. Just imagine what it takes to be that kind of person, to be that duplicitous of an individual, to be that cowardly person. I don't know, Colin. I can't call you the biggest coward in the world. You did come on my show, and we did have a conversation in which you told me that you think that my friends need to go kill themselves or split themselves into a mental institution. So I can't call you a coward so much as I can call you a cruel individual who probably doesn't need to be on this platform. And yes, I'm sure you're going to use this to play victim like you always do. And I can't wait to see the comments of the vapid supporters of your channel in this video telling me that I'm gonna burn in hell like every other single time that people have done so. I'm sure you're even probably gonna make a joking video like the last one you made, sending people over to my channel in order to engage in whatever you think they need to engage in. I'm pretty sure you're going to have the most fun of fun times in doing so. But what I can say is this. What you're doing is predatory. What you're doing is stupid. And every single person who watches your channel seeking the truth, whatever the truth means in this particular scenario, I don't know. I feel sorry for them. And I feel sorry for you that you've had to make your living preying on them. I think it's honestly kind of sad. But with all that said, what do you guys think? I mean, if you're a fan of my channel, you're probably going to let me know in the comment section below. And if you're a Call fan who will inevitably come to this channel, as they always do, hi, how are you doing? Hopefully you're having a wonderful time today, and I'm hoping that I didn't catch you in your daily dose of trying to plug your brain with fiction that will terrify you because for some reason your existence is completely and totally ineffectual and inept unless you have some enemy to be desperately scared of. Sorry. Maybe this isn't the greatest place for you to be. But if you think it is, I hope you enjoy your time here. As always, everyone, if you want to support the channel, please check the description below. There's plenty of ways to do so there. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, everyone, insert end video tagline.